Namaskar, Swagatam. We would like to welcome you all on AYUSH Samriddhi's journey of knowledge sharing, journey of excellence, and journey of inspiration from every generation to each generation. Really great. Without you, this journey is not possible at all. So, I am grateful to you all, definitely, for permitting me, allowing me to continue this journey up to 742 and 43rd webinar. Today is International Tea Day, as well as second day is also unique. Please take your parents to playground. I'm really grateful to Western culture that they are celebrating each and every day by 10, 10, 20, 20 names. So they are giving or they are providing us opportunity to celebrate every day with our Ayurveda, Ayush, health or related topics. I'm thankful to Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji, Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir, and today's speakers, Dr. Rakesh Job, Vaidya Rakesh Job from Hungary, Budapest, Dr. Devjit Bod Thakur from Assam, Dr. Neelakshi ji from Assam, again Ayurvedic College, and our dynamic pillars of the webinar, Dr. Pranjal Joshi, Dr. Ramdas ji, Dr. Nitin Ormalia ji, Dr. Bimal Arora ji, Professor J.S. Chaube sir, and Dr. Rampal Somani ji, very senior dignitary from Rajasthan. So I am grateful to you all. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining. Without wasting much time, on International Tea Day, we would like to invite Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji for his welcome blessings.
Namaskar. Good evening to everybody. Respected distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I, Sir Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma, welcome all of you to this evening webinar on tea and herbal tea. Most important subject today we have, and tea is famous for Assam, from Assam. Assam tea is best. So in this webinar, we have eminent speaker. First, I want to welcome Dr. Rakesh Onil Jope, Ayurveda consultant, Sri Ayurveda, Budapest, Hungary. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Next, I want to welcome Dr. Devjit Bod Thakur, individual researcher, ex-guest faculty, Toklai Tea Research Institute, Jorhat, Assam. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar.
Thank you, sir.
I want to welcome Dr. Neelakshi Dev Chaudhary, Deputy Director, AYUSH, and Assistant Professor, Samhita Department, Government Ayurvedic College, Guwahati, 14. Namaskar, madam, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Once again, I welcome all the eminent speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening webinar, टी एंड हर्बल टी. हम सबको स्वागत करते हूँ आज का टी एंड हर्बल टी का ऊपर वेबिनार पर. नमस्कार, ओवर टू पवन जी.
धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आभार आपका सर. कमाल की बात तो ये है सर, आज ये होस्ट जो है आपका अदना सा, वो होस्ट ने 45 साल से चाय नहीं पी. I am not taking any tea or coffee or cold drink in general. So I don't know. I have to take the test of tea by the expert speakers and mostly of herbal teas. So thank you. I would like to welcome Professor V.K. Agnihotri, sir. I hope you all are fond of tea. So please excuse me that I can't explain the miraculous effect of tea. Thank you. Agnihotri, sir.
Namaskar, Professor Pawan Kumar Sharma ji, and thank you a lot. I welcome all the distinguished guest speakers of today's webinar. Very funny point that you have not tasted the tea. I don't think that you are habitual or addicted. You have not tasted. So, do you hope that you are the fit person to host the tea webinar?
That's why I have added herbal tea, sir.
Right. It means you have permitted that you can take herbal tea or
Yes.
decoction of
Without tea, herbal tea without
tulsi
tea.
without tea leaves. Right.
Yes,
So I mean, agar tagar chandan agya ghas or tulsi kali mirch people etc. Well, the point of international tea day, I don't think that China has left any country uh, left without tea leaf. So we are rich enough to have tea plants at almost 7 or more sectors of our country: Darjeeling, Guwahati, Assam, Dehradun, Mussoorie, and Uti, our Bangalore tea gardens. Of course, Assam is also leading. So, tea leaves is being introduced by the Britishers in India when they were ruling our country. But tea has got, as far as its pharmacological action is concerned, as a matter of a herb, it works over our CNS and all that. It is a appetite depressant, I should say. It by using it, patient is not having a proper appetite, so he may do, and it gives a little bit energy to do further work. So it is a particular, I can say that थकान दूर करने वाली चीज है. बड़ी बढ़िया बात है, but at the same time, the second webinar, I'm just taking 1 minute to talk about that. As you told that foreigners had made this day as a take your parents to the playground. A very important topic. What I consider that the world is a great playground, and it is the parents which bring the progeny to this playground, and then afterwards it becomes the progeny's responsibility to carry on to that of the level that their name be remained there after their demise, that they were here. So the progeny is supposed to be responsible for carrying out the name on the playground. This is the very philosophical concept what I could understand. Otherwise, number of playgrounds are there, Asian Games are there, Olympics is there, and everything is there. Parents nourish them, our progeny, and progeny is giving a moment of proud to have gold medal and all the medals. So with these initial words, I thank, and I do hope that we are going to listen a lot of good new chapters and news, and one may be able to introduce tea taste to Professor Pawan Sharma ji. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. So now I would like to request Vaidya Rakesh Jopeji. Welcome. Welcome from Hungary, Budapest. Welcome.
Thank you, Pawan Kumar Sharma ji. I would first like to thank the Independent Research Ethics Society, AYUSH Samriddhi. Actually, I got to know about this from Dr. Shantalaji, who is working here. And she, now because I'm in Hungary, she is in contact with all the Ayurveda doctors who are practicing in Europe. So she is building a team of Ayurveda doctors here, which is a very important step. And I'm very happy to represent the European Ayurvedic team to all of you. So I will start with my topic. I will share the presentation. So the topic which was given or which was suggested was tea or tea and herbal tea, but I made it as tea or herbal tea because it's always good to have a choice. Moment, yeah. So my name is Vaidya Rakesh Zope. I'm here in Hungary presently in Budapest. I'm working here since last 5.5 years. And in those 5.5 years, whatever experience I have gained, based on that, I'm going to share my knowledge with you. Now, I chose this topic because I have done my MD in Dravyaguna from SDM Udupi College, and that makes me interested in herbs and plants and everything. So, इसलिए फिर मैंने ये topic चुना है. So, to go ahead, we will see a little bit of history. So, अभी सर ने बताया, अग्निहोत्री सर ने कि we are indebted to China that they gave this herb to us, the tea, but at the same time, they have made everyone addicted to the tea also. So there is a story. ऐसा कहा जाता है कि 2700 BC, at that time, there was a monk, a Zen monk, and he was deciding to observe his mind. If you know Buddhism a little bit, then their all focus is just focusing inside yourself. So, and dropping all the thoughts, just being with yourself. So then this person decided that, okay, 7 years, I'm going to just focus on myself and nothing else outside. But when he was in his 5th year of this vrat, then he started falling asleep, or he couldn't focus on himself. And then he got very angry. So he just grabbed some leaves. Nearby there was some plant. He chewed those leaves, and then he realized that he didn't fall asleep. So then he started using those leaves to stay awake. Later on, it was used in China as only medicinal beverage. So सिर्फ medicine के तौर पे उसको use किया जाता था. But then later on, slowly it became a daily drink. And it is also said that British people, they introduced tea culture into India in 1836. And in Sri Lanka also, they took it in 1867. So I found one more reference that tribals, the Adivasi log in India, they already knew about this plant and they were using this. They were making a decoction from this and then they were using it. And later on, it was identified that this is the tea plant. And in Ayurveda or in our Indian tradition, we have been using herbal infusions like Kashaya, Phanta, or Hima, or different types. Now, if we see the tree culture around the world, I have just got example of only few countries here. So starting with India, here we have chai, then we have masala chai, which is with some spices. Then in Mumbai, we find something called as cutting chai, which is like half of the tea or half portion. Then with milk, without milk, with sugar, without sugar, different types. And in Kullad also we can get tea. So that India, I think, has the widest variety of tea. And then China also, they have different varieties of teas. In Japan, mainly they use the same tea, but in different form. It is called as matcha. And in Britain, they use Earl Grey or English breakfast tea. In Turkey, they have something called as Turkish tea. Now it is made in the same way. There is a bit difference in how they make it. But if you go to a Turkish restaurant, they serve the tea in a very beautiful glass cup. It's a very beautiful shape. And it is transparent, so you can look at the color of the tea and then it looks very nice. In Thailand, they have introduced something called as iced tea. So they serve the tea cold on the ice cubes. And I don't know about India, but here in Europe, at least I have seen that whenever it is summertime, which is starting now, the supermarkets, they are full of iced tea bottles. So Lipton company has started, not started, but they are also selling a lot of this iced tea and people love it. Morocco, they have mint tea. In South America, they have something called as yerba mate. And all over Europe, they use herbal infusions. Of course, a lot of people drink coffee also here, but we are not talking about coffee now. Let's stick to the tea. Now, as Pawan Kumarji said that for 45 years, he has not drunk tea. I also don't remember when was the last time I was drinking tea, mostly in India. But at that time, I was not very much into the benefits and bad effects of tea. I was like, okay, you're young, you want to feel some freshness, you drink a cup of tea, and that's it. But then after coming here, I realized what is the importance of paying attention to what you are eating, what you are drinking. So, according to my own perception, tea is Kashaya Pradhana Rasa and it is Ushna Virya also. And if it is taken excessively, it definitely leads to Tridosha Prakopa. I would like to share a very interesting example here. I was in Portugal giving consultation, and there was one lady. She came for with a complaint of anemia, and she had chronic anemia. Doctors used to give her iron supplements, but still it didn't help. I checked her nadi, and then I didn't find any proper cause for her anemia, which could be from inside the body. So definitely it was some diet related. So I asked her, what do you eat? What do you drink? And her husband, who was sitting next to her, he told me that she drinks a lot of green tea. Now we have heard that green tea is very healthy. Of course, that also has caffeine and tannin. But she used to drink up to 2 liters of green tea in one day, which is a lot. And then I said, see, I'm not going to give you any medication. You just stop the green tea and come back after 3 months and then let's see. She came back after 3 months and then her hemoglobin was increased already. I said, come back after 3 months again. And this time her hemoglobin was back to normal. So within 6 months, her hemoglobin came back to normal just because she did the Nidhana Parivarjana. But here the point is Nidhana was the tea. Then because it has caffeine, it leads to increased anxiety, stress, and restlessness. I usually tell about coffee to my patients that coffee is not good for you because even though it makes you feel fresh, it makes you feel awake, but it doesn't make you feel aware. After drinking coffee, you're just like this, but you're not active. Your brain is not functioning with focus. So it really stimulates your heart, the whole nervous system. It's not a nice feeling. And because of caffeine content, of course, it disturbs the sleep. Then many people in India, especially, they suffer from acidity and heartburn. They take Diagene, they take all the Eno, all these antacids, and still they continue drinking tea. And the worst bad effect of tea is addiction. I have seen people getting headaches by not drinking tea, or they don't go to toilet, they don't get the natural urge to go to toilet, or they just feel very restless if they are not drinking tea. So as compared to all other side effects, I think addiction is the worst among all this. When we talk about herbal teas or infusions, let's see what is practiced in Europe. So it is used in Europe traditionally. I have been to Yugoslavia, so all the countries, Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, Montenegro, all of them, they use herbal teas. Then Scandinavia, so I was in Denmark, Sweden, in Norway also, they use the herbal teas. In Spain, Portugal, and Hungary also. There is a rich tradition of different types of herbal teas. So I divided them in different categories. Certain teas they use for promotion of health. For example, rose hip, Rosa canina, they use the fruits of that. It is rich in vitamin C, so they use it to promote their health. Then certain teas are used for prevention of diseases. So there is a plant called as Echinacea, and they use it for improving their immunity. So whenever it is the season where they are going to get more infections, they start drinking this tea. And for curing diseases also. So plantago, our ashwagol, isabgol, the leaves are used in the form of infusion for asthma and for allergic purpose. So that was something very new for me. And then it made me interested more about this learning about herbal infusions. I went a bit deeper and then I found many interesting things which I will share with you. So there is something called as European Herbal Catalog Commission, which is collecting all this information or making it standardized. So they have termed this as herbal and fruit infusions, HFI. How they define it is these are the materials They are plants or parts of plants that do not originate from the tea plant Camellia sinensis and are intended for food use by brewing it freshly with boiling water, except for specially designated product or specially designed products. So mostly the tea is brewed here with freshly boiling water, or there are certain teas which have to be taken in cold water. So the ones which are brewed in boiling water, sometimes some teas are supposed to be boiled up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We can put that into somewhere into Kashaya Kalpana, or sometimes you just pour hot water and then you close it, or you wait for it to get cold, and that becomes our Phanta Kalpana. But they also labeled certain things as cold brew products. They are specially designated to be prepared with cold water. So this is our example of Hima. So one example that they use here is the hibiscus, our Japa Pushpa. The petals, they are dried and stored as tea, leaves or infusion or herbal tea. And then you just take few petals, you soak them in a cup of water at night, and next morning you just mix it. You can take out the petals and then you drink the tea. So this is because they believe that hibiscus is rich in vitamin C also. And vitamin C gets degraded when you add hot water to it or when you heat that. That is why it is made into cold water. Now, I would like to share some more examples and experiences, because I believe that sharing experience is more important than just talking about theoretical things. Of course, theory is the base for everything, but I will be touching here and there on those topics too. So when I was in Estonia, it was raining, it was snowing actually, very cold. And I was visiting one person, and then she offered me freshly cooked apple tea with cinnamon. So what she did was she just cut a fresh apple into small pieces, put it into water. She boiled it for some time, and she had added cinnamon stick also to that. And then she filtered it, and then I drank that. It was so refreshing and warming up at the same time, and it gave me strength. So because the weather is very cold, you don't feel like eating fruits just like that. And that is why they make the apple tea, which then gives you the benefits of eating an apple. Of course, you can eat the apple later on, but at the same time, it makes you feel warm also. I have been prescribing a combination of chamomile and melissa tea. Melissa is called as lemon balm. So it is not very much easily available in India, but here it is plentifully available. The combination of this I prescribe for better sleep. And fennel tea, our Shata Mishreya, or even mint tea, I suggest for better digestion, and people, they love it. Licorice tea is very common here. I was surprised when I saw that we get licorice tea here, our Yashti Madhu. And I prescribe it for pitta type of diseases. So people are happy drinking that also. Then Salvia officinalis, that is also used for, in English it is called as sage, very common here. It is bitter in taste, very bitter. And I use it for jvara, because pitta rasa is one of the things that we mainly use in jvara. And calendula, I use it for liver problems and even gallstones. I have got very good results just by the tea. And valeriana, we can easily get here, our tagara. I use it for relaxation also. So those people who are suffering from anxiety or nervousness, for them, I use tagara tea or valeriana, and then they are really happy with that. Some more teas to mention, these are also spices. Our marjoram or marubaka, that is our Ayurvedic plant, rosemary, basilicum. So all these kind of things are there which can be made into form of teas, and they can be used just for relaxation, just for enjoying a cup of tea, or it can be even used for therapeutic purpose. Now, the way we have special herbs from Himalaya, here also I was very surprised to see that there are certain mountains where the herbs are considered as very potent. So the herbs collected from there, they are sold in the market. People, they buy those teas, they drink it for their health benefits. There is a very famous person who was expert in teas here. He even recommends that in which season, which tea should be used. So not to take too much time to conclude, what I would say is that tea, the black tea or green tea or the tea with caffeine, it has more bad effects as compared to its good effects. So definitely, if you quit tea right now, it is the best choice for your health that I can say. There are plenty of alternatives for tea. Many people, they have the habit कि चाय नहीं तो फिर और कुछ चाहिए मुझे पीने के लिए. But then there are plenty of alternatives. Now, I remember that first time when I went in Udupi, there I went to a restaurant and they offered me for drinking. There was tea, there was coffee, and there was something called as kashaya. And I was curious what it is. So I ordered that, and they brought a small cup of milk, which was boiled or processed with our Ayurvedic herbs, and that they serve there as kashaya. So like that, we have many alternatives for the black tea. Then usage of herbal tea has been a part of Ayurveda and our tradition. So Ayurveda has always talked about different kalpanas, Kashaya Kalpana, Phanta Kalpana, Hima Kalpana. All those things, they are the basis for our drinks. And Indian tradition also, as I mentioned, that they offered Kashaya to us in Udupi. That was something very interesting for me. And herbal teas serve the prayojana of Ayurveda, which is swasthasya swasthya rakshanam and aturasya vikara prashanam. So we can use herbal teas for both, and it is a very good way to include Ayurveda, Har Ghar Ayurveda. If we want to achieve, we have to use this source also, that we replace tea with herbal tea, and then we explain them that which type of herbal tea is good for you, because then that was our tradition. Now we have to bring it back, and because Har Ghar there is tea, so if we want to take Ayurveda to every house, we have to replace the tea with something which is Ayurvedic. And I guess this is a very good opportunity for all of us to reach to more and more people. And with that, I conclude. Thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent, Dr. Rakesh, excellent. Great, means you have given me a new concept. Please replace your tea with herbal tea. Our Ayurveda will definitely be in every house of the India. Excellent, excellent. So now I would like to request Dr. Devjit Balthakur ji. Dr. Devjit ji. Excellent, Rakesh. Please do join. Please do join every day. I am circulating every webinar's whole schedule of next month before first of the previous month. So please do.
Thank you.
Devjit ji, pranam. Namaskar.
Pranam.
Swagatam.
Respected Professor Bhavan Sharma ji, respected Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji, and respected Professor Agnihotri ji, and all the speakers, distinguished speakers, and all the participants, very good evening. So I first very much thankful to my earlier speaker, because I know about the herbal tea, popular in different countries also. But basically I will speak in favor of tea, because I am a tea scientist working in tea science for 12 years. So maybe Dr. Bhavan Sharma ji may not like it, because I did not taste tea for 45 years.
No, definitely,
But,
I would like it. I would like it. My wife is consuming 10 cups per day.
Okay. Actually, what my earlier speaker spoke about that incident of that lady that took a high amount of green tea. That because the component of the green tea, that is called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, and this is proven that this has a double edge effect. high concentration, it will affect the human body, but low concentration, it will enhance the stimulate different parts. So one should be cautious. 6 to 8 cups of green tea is sufficient, but 2 liters green tea is definitely dangerous. And now I want to give one recently, Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, USA, based on the moderate evidence of cardioprotective effect of flavon-3-ol. So that is a compound abundant in tea. So suggested include these in food-based guidelines. So that is an indication that that is has some effect. Otherwise, 21st May is regarded as the International Day for Tea. So if it has such a bad effect, why United Nations designated 21st May as a tea? So we should be go into deep. So I will speak about tea, about the health benefit effect of tea. But with due respect to my earlier speaker, yes, some bad effects are also there. But we should be cautious. Now, in the importance of tea, long back from China. So I want to give one statement from Lu Tungpin. That was a statement from 780 AD. That he said that the first pole strictly moisturize the throat and lips. Second, vanish all my loneliness. The third, expel the dullness from my mind. Fourth, light perspiration, dispersing a lifetime troubles through my pores. So he described about the 4 cups of tea. So that is a high amount of tea definitely has some adverse effect. Then I want to give one statement from William Gladstone, that is a popular figure in tea community. So what he said in 1900, in early part of 19th century, that if you are cold, then tea will warm you. If you are too heated, it will cool you. If you are depressed, it will steer you. And if you are exhausted, it will calm you. So tea has a very good effect also. And regarding tea, there are different kinds of tea. Basically, 2 kinds of tea: Camellia sinensis assamica. Another is called Camellia sinensis. That is Camellia assamica type. Assam has broad leaf, and it is generally used for black tea production. Those are fermented tea, black tea, oolong tea, and Camellia sinensis variety sinensis, that is has small leaf that has less polyphenol content, around 12 to 15% polyphenol content, and that is used for manufacturing different kind of non-fermented tea. That is green tea, white tea, yellow tea. These kind of teas are there. So these teas are non-fermented tea. So color will be like light green, colorless like that. But in case of oolong tea, black tea, CTC orthodox, or pu'er tea is a highly fermented tea. And because the polyphenol in tea, those are oxidized, and that give a defined colored compound, that is theaflavin, tiarevidin. So because of that, the fermented tea are colored, but whereas non-fermented teas are colorless. So due to the difference in manufacturing process of different kinds of tea, the concentration of catechin, they range from 150 milligram to 200 milligram in green tea. Whereas in case of black tea, that is fermented tea, it reduced to 40 milligram to 60 milligram, because those catechin are oxidized to theaflavin and tiarevidin. That is why we get a difference in catechin content in green tea and fermented tea and non-fermented tea. So now, basically tea has 3 major compounds. That is, one is called polyphenol, another is called caffeine, and another is called theanine. Other compounds are there, but the effect of these compounds are very pronounced. So I will concentrate my discussion only on these 3 compounds. That is, first is physiological.
We are unable to see you, sir.
Okay.
Your voice is perfect, but video is not on.
It's okay now?
Great. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay.
Please
So a
continue.
large amount of epidemiological and clinical studies have indicated that supplementation of green tea has significant protective effect against chronic diseases. So one declaration is in the morning hours, I have some problem with my laptop computer, so I could not prepare the slide. What I have the notes, so I am going through the notes only. So please excuse me for that. And then tea polyphenol have widely used as antioxidant in disease treatment and animal husbandry. So tea polyphenols are becoming popular in livestock and poultry production. Then tea polyphenols contains free radical, that is reactive oxygen species and reactive nitrogen species. So that can prevent formation of highly damaging hydroxide by acting as a metal ioncilator and regulate the oxidative reductase, improve the body antioxidant ability, and prevent oxidative state caused by bacterial infection and intestinal injury. So now I want to say what about the green tea. So green tea, as said that my earlier speaker spoke about the adverse effect of green tea, because as I already explained that green tea has EGCG, that is a non-oxidized form of tea polyphenol. It has a double H effect. So one should be cautious while taking green tea. Too much excess of green tea may be harmful. But that also varies from person to person. But we should be cautious taking a high amount of green tea. So 1 cup of green tea contains around 200 milligram of EGCG, so which has been shown to have a chemopreventive and chemotherapeutic effect against several types of cancer. So 200 milligram is sufficient for 3 to 4 cups of that is 800 milligram. That is sufficient, but excess amounts of 2 liter, that is definitely have adverse effect. So EGCG can accelerate program cell death by blocking DNA synthesis in cancer cell without harming normal cell. So EGCG may be a good say for treatment, so developing drugs to treat the cancer. So the EGCG may be a good component. Then tea polyphenol has preventive role in occurrence of cardiovascular disease by regulating the several predisposing factors and regulating expression of key genes crucial for cardiovascular diseases. For example, tea polyphenol protects against liver injury in experimental rats through antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-apoptotic mechanism. So tea polyphenol could inhibit release of the vasoconstricting peptide, that is ET1, that is endothelium 1, and that cause vascular constriction. Whereas EGCG can also stimulate the production of NO, that is NO is a vasorelaxant. So that is why EGCG has some good effect in preventing the damage to the cardiovascular tissues. One way it prevents the formation of vasoconstriction. Another way it stimulates the production of nitrogen oxide, that is a vasorelaxant. Then treatment with EGCG reduced neurological function score and protected nerve cell, repressed neuronal apoptosis, and inhibited oxidative stress injury and brain injury markers level. So EGCG also has protective against neurodegenerative disease also. Then regarding physiological effect of caffeine also, so most of the ill effect of the caffeine tea is because of the caffeine. So that is why that is zero caffeine tea that is getting popularity. And here also research is also conducted to antisense that neutralize the caffeine producing gene and produce zero caffeine tea. But in low doses, caffeine also has some good effect. So then generally caffeine occurs in tea from 1 to 6% of dry weight, and it is a central nervous system excitant and metabolic stimulant. So this is why when someone want to go for sleep, and before that one he take a tea, then he cannot sleep because of the stimulation of the nervous system. Then worse of drowsiness, delay sleep, give increased focus and bodily coordination. So if someone want to concentrate in some work and some study, so if you take a cup of tea, that is increase the focus also. Then reduce physical fatigue also, so can increase bronchodilation and vasodilation. It can increase heart rate and contraction force also. So in large amount, it can induce anxiety, but give we should avoid a large amount of tea also. But it may act as a fat burner also. So for those person that is that is obesity is a major problem. So 1 cup of black tea in the early morning may help to get reduce the help to burn fat also. So another compound very physiological effect is theanine. So theanine is the amino acid that is only present in tea and in one mushroom, And because of this only presence in tea, so this because tea family is thea, so that is why it is known as theanine. So this theanine is very good because it is a nervous stimulant also, and it is very good effect also. And so some umami taste, very good taste. It is bitter. It is sweet in taste also, and that variety that has that is used to process green tea generally has high theanine content. So now I want to concentrate on what is the physiological effect of theanine. So it reduces mental anxiety and physical stress. So it increases brain production of GABA, that is gamma aminobutyric acid. This relaxes your mental state and creates senses of well-being while reducing anxiety. This is why theanine balances the excitation caused by caffeine. So note that coffee actually decreases in GABA, but not in tea. So as my earlier speaker said that he don't suggest coffee, that is good. Tea is because tea also has caffeine, but it also has theanine. So theanine balances the excitation caused by caffeine also. Then mood boosting. So theanine increase level of dopamine in the brain. So all you know the effect of dopamine. So theanine increase the level of dopamine in the brain. So that it is a natural mood enhancing compound, giving feelings of enjoyment and motivation. Then it also stimulates alpha brainwave activity. So the alpha state is one of the relaxation without drowsiness, but I have very good slide that established the alpha brainwave, how green tea stimulate the alpha brainwave activity. But unfortunately, that my computer is not working well, so I cannot share the slides right now. So next, improve cognitive ability. So alpha wave activity creates enhanced concentration and focused thought. So one can feel, because I was not familiar with the green tea. I did not take to green tea, but during my stay, my research period in China, so that time I developed the habit of taking green tea. So I could realize the that effect of green tea. So when I want to concentrate in study or want to research, if I take a cup of green tea, so definitely that improve the cognitive ability and increase the focus also. So from my own experience, I can share that green tea, say 1 cup of green tea can improve the focus also. Then it can boost the immune system also. So they are claimed that, for example, that is in Proceeding of National Academy of Science 2006, that paper was published that the body breaks down theanine into alkyl antigen that produces infection-fighting antibodies. Infection-fighting antibodies. Then theanine also improve the taste of your tea also. So I already mentioned that it has a sweetened taste, and that is because of the umami taste. So that variety that has high amount of theanine, that will have a very good taste and good aroma also. So different types of tea reported to have different types of health promoting effect. So consumption of green tea affect the expression of pattern of genes participating in lipid metabolism in glucose uptake pathway. So person suffering from that is accumulation of fat, that is for dissolving excess fat, green tea may be a good choice. Then white tea extract, that is white tea actually that is tea manufactured from the actively growing shoot, but no in processing, only sun dried. So because of that, whatever the compounds are there in the white tea, those are remain as such. So white tea extract was found to play a significant role in lipid transport and synthesis by upregulating genes in lipid transport and metabolism. Then also it upregulates genes inhibiting cholesterol synthesis and genes for uptake of LDL-C. That is LDL-C. All we know that LDL-C is not it improved the uptake of LDL-C and downregulating genes for triglyceride synthesis. Then pu'er tea, that is actually a high fermented tea, and pu'er tea extract when administered and improve mRNA levels of hormone sensitive lipase and a significantly lowered level of plasma plasma cholesterol or plasma triglyceride level, LDL-C levels, those are significantly lowered. Then heme oxygenase gene, that is one important disease associated with cardiovascular diseases, because when expression of this gene when prevented, then liver injury occur, and that EGCG is found to stimulate the expression of this heme oxygenase gene. So we can suggest that EGCG is a good candidate to enhance the cardioprotective effect. Then
time.
Okay. So just I'm finishing. So effect of black tea component, that is 10 micromolar, was comparable to the measure green tea component EGCG, 5 micromolar in their effect to prevent a cardiac problem. So indicating stronger preventive effect of TFT than EGCG in preventing cardiovascular diseases. So those who are suffering from cardiovascular diseases and want to prevent the occurrence of cardiovascular diseases, better take black tea than green tea. So tiaftabine could suppress the expression of the inflammatory cytokine and decrease the level of ROS, also tumor necrosis factor alpha. So like that, there are several factors are there, but several issues are there. But because of the time constraint, I cannot explain about the different health promoting effect of tea. So there are several publications are there also. But now question is that whether we ingest a tea that is degraded in the digestive tract also. So how we take the tea, that is one crucial factor. So one finding is there that when tea is mixed with, that is bovine serum albumin, that mixture can pass through the degraded enzyme in the digestive tract, and blood serum can absorb tea polyphenol. So there are research on there how to improve the delivery of tea component. And plus some beneficial microbiota there in gut microbiota, some beneficial microbiota also there, some harmful microbiota also there. Then there are reports that tea polyphenols that stimulate the growth of beneficial microbiota, and also can harm and then can prevent the growth of the harmful bacteria also. So like that, yes, there are some ill effect, as my earlier speaker said that. But I want to say, I want to give emphasis on that. Heavy dose of tea may have some effect, but controlled doses, may say 5 to 6 cups of tea, maybe green tea, maybe black tea, that has
You are mute. आप म्यूट हैं. Yes, now you are on mute. Kindly conclude.
yes.
जी. अग्निहोत्री sir.
Great, Dr. Devajit Thakur sir's address was wonderful and full of knowledge, and he put us at the point with the merits and demerits of taking tea. His approach is that in a diluted form, tea will not be that much harmful and may be helpful to increase the appetite, while as the strong tea is much more harmful. But at the same time, he talked about the its value as far as the mental anxiety is concerned. That has been covered. So he talked about the GABA also. He also pointed out some microbiota of the intestine. So as I know that it is helpful for some sort of IBS or some sort of uncontrolled diarrhea. So I am very thankful for his address. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Respected Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji. Thank you. Thank you for introducing Dr. Devjit ji, sir.
Thank you, Devjit Bhattakur, for your nice explanation regarding benefits from the tea and bad effect of the tea. Mostly you have mentioned the good effect of the tea. So once again, thank you, Dr. Devjit Bhattakur, for your excellent presentation. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Devjit ji. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Neelakshi ji. Dr. Neelakshi ji, welcome. स्वागतम स्वागतम.
सर
आपका चेहरा थोड़ा कैमरा ऊपर कर लीजिए, चेहरा आधा कट रहा है.
अभी आ रहा है सर,
बस बस बस
अभी आ रहा है ना सर. हाँ,
Excellent.
थैंक यू. गुड इवनिंग सर.
Good evening ji.
Sir, I'm audible? Yes. Okay, sir. Respected Dr. Pavan Sharma sir, respected Professor B.K. Agnihotri sir, respected Professor B.P. Sharma sir. Today is indeed a very special day because Pavan Kumar Sharma sir, Professor B.K. Agnihotri sir, and Professor P.P. Sharma sir all have unitedly organized a webinar on medicated herbal tea and herbal tea. I'm really indebted for your invitation. Thank you, sir. And it was indeed a pleasure to hear from such renowned speakers, Dr. Debojit Bhattakur sir from Jorhat, who spoke on tea. He's an expert on tea science. And it was also a very good pleasure to hear from Dr. Rakesh Anil from Hungary. He spoke on tea and also the role of Ayurvedic herbal tea. Can I start now, sir? Sir, my screen.
Yes, it is visible, I hope.
Yeah, but sir, this one, the slides are not coming. Should I click, sir?
Yes, you can. Slide visible है अग्निहोत्री सर?
हाँ विजिबल है सर.
Yes, sir. Medicated herbal tea and its uses.
सर एक मिनट में थोड़ा.
हाँ, आप भी क्लिक कर सकती हैं, आप भी शेयर कर सकती हैं. आज का दिन टी लवर्स के लिए तो वाकई में एक गजब है. हर जगह टी पार्टी हो रही होंगी सर, पिज्जा पार्टी की तरह, और हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं हर्बल टीज की. देखिए
अब आपकी वेबिनार छोड़ कोई टी पार्टी सुन जाएगा. बेचारे आसाम से बैठे हुए हैं या टी के गढ़ में बैठे हैं. और
हम लोग तो विदाउट टी नहीं रह सकते हो ना.
तो हम आपके यहाँ से गुवाहाटी से टी परचेज करके लाए थे ना. डेका जी ने मुझको शॉप से खरीदवा दिया था. आज यहाँ हम लेके आए अपनी डॉटर के यहाँ.
अच्छा नहीं, बहुत अच्छा. यहाँ का टी तो बहुत अच्छा है डॉक्टर साहब. हम लोग तो एनर्जी मिल जाते हो.
आप शेयर कर रही हैं डॉक्टर नीलाक्षी जी?
Yes, sir. But sir, I won't be able to click. Sir, can you do it from your end?
Yes, I was doing it.
Okay, fine, sir. So greetings to all on the 21st May International Tea Day. I'm indeed lucky as I was born in Toklai Tea Experimental Station, as my father, late Dr. Mahinath Dev Chaudhary, was working as the scientist of Toklai. He was the head of the biochemistry department, and I was born in Sinamara Hospital of Toklai, and I had a very good childhood among the tree gardens, and it's a very beautiful place, and I think everyone should go and visit Tea Research Association. So it was a lovely childhood. I till my class 12 I stayed there, and later on, by the blessings of Almighty, I enrolled in Government Ayurvedic College, and there I learned Ayurveda. So Ayurveda gave me I learned what is medicated tea, what is herbal tea, from Ayurvedic College. So I'm really thankful to God for getting benefit from both systems, what is tea and what is herbal tea. So now we had very good speakers. They spoke so nicely. I'll give just a brief view. Now first, what is Ayurveda? Sir, can you click the slide? Okay, I'll carry on.
Whenever I am making it slideshow, this all streaming and sharing is paused. So please continue. I am sharing.
Okay. There's no problem. I'll continue.
Is it visible to you?
Sir, this one screen is visible, only medicated herbal tea. That's it. All the slides are not visible. It's no problem, sir. I'll carry on and you please carry on.
Yes.
Okay.
Say
Now,
next.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So greetings to all on the 21st May International Tea Day. And we are really indebted to Dr. Pawan Kumar Sarma, sir,
Please
for
admit the
organizing it.
participant, co-host.
Yes.
I'm requesting co-host to admit the participant, please, because I am unable to. Please continue, madam.
So, what is Ayurveda? Welcome to Assam, the land of tea. Thank you, sir, it's coming. So, on my previous speaker, Dr. Devajit Bhattakur, sir, has already given a vivid description of tea. So, from my point, I'll just say, tea is a healthy drink which refreshes our central nervous system. It activates our central nervous systems. Now, what is tea in Ayurveda? So, our treatises, Sarangadhar Samhita, Vaishajya Ratnavali, Charak Samhita, they have given full description of how to make herbal tea in Ayurveda. So, what is the process? By what way do they prepare tea? It is the method of crushing and boiling, crushing or boiling It is the method of crushing or boiling, crushing the stem or rhizome or root and boiling it in water. And what is the ratio? The herb is boiled in 16 parts of water and it is reduced to 1/8 part of the liquid. And after simmering, we sieve it, okay? So what do we get from that extract? We call it decoction, we say it's kashai. We get the aqueous extract of the drug and we get the chemical compounds present in the drug. So it is an extraction of alkaloids or any other compounds by boiling the herb or the plant material, which may include the stems, the roots, the barks, and the rhizome. So we do it either by crushing or grinding, or we can either use churna. So, and we heat it for a required quantity of time. So for required period of time, 30 minutes until about 50% of water is left. Now, why we are giving medicated herbal tea in Ayurveda? Now, we all know that Ayurveda is, the main aim of Ayurveda is to prevent and cure diseases. So this herbal tea is sometimes given to prevent diseases and sometimes it is given in different ailments. Now, what is the aim of Ayurveda? How do you define health in Ayurveda?
Madam,
Samadosha.
total time is 15 minutes only.
Okay. Samadosha, Samadhatu, Sama Agni Malakriya, Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana iti abhijete. So, when we drink a herbal tea, it should balance our doshas, it should balance our dhatus, and it should keep our Agni in proper state, and also expulsion of all the malas from the body, and it should maintain our Atma, Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana. So when we drink a cup of tea, we get immense pleasure. Excuse me. So these different preparations of tea which are made, they act in different systems of the body. Number one, there are different medicated teas for the digestive system. I won't give much, just ginger tea, tricotu tea, elaichi tea, jeera tea, methi, soft, ajwain. Then medicated tea for the respiratory system. Tulsi ginger tea, haldi pepper tea, vasaka tea, siris tea, clove tea, dalchini tea, and ajwain tea. The medicated tea for healthy immune system, you have guruchi tea and dalchini tea, clove tea, ginger tea, tulsi tea. And we recently know that in coronavirus, people used to make different tea preparations made of haldi, tejpatra, pepper, elaichi, cloves, dalchini, tulsi, gilo, arjun. In fact, Ayush had made the people aware regarding the benefits of this herbal tree. Then for the cardiovascular system, we can prepare arjun tree, lasun tree, ginger tea, elaichi tree, dalchini tree. Then for the hematopoietic system, guruchi tree, neem tree, khejur tea, then methi jaggery tea, kaljira tea, and beetroot tea. Then for the healthy nervous system, we have dashmul tea, shatavari tea, ashwagandha tea, and mandukparni tea. Again, we go to the urinary system, we have gokshur tea, punarnava tea, dhania tea, and tejpatra tea. And for anti-inflammatory tea, we have ginger, turmeric, dalchini, elaichi, and pepper. They also act as analgesic. Turmeric tea, ginger tea, green tea, pepper tea, dalchini, and ashwagandha tea. For skin, we have haldi milk tea, neem tree, methi tree, kaljira tea, and triphala tree. For neurofunction improvement, we have brahmi tea, haldi milk tea, ashwagandha, mandukparni, etc. For bone mass density, arjun tea, sisem jaggery tea, shatavari tree, ashwagandha tree. Then for diabetes, we have methi tree, kaljira tea, guruchi, neem, jambusi tree. For hypothyroid, we have trikatu, haldi, methi tree. Now, what is the criteria for selecting the drugs for preparing tea? It depends on the predominant dosh. It depends on the climate. It depends on the status of Agni, the status of Dhatus, the status of Mal. And when we prepare the tree, we get the benefits of by view of its guna, the karma, the virja, and alkaloids of the drug. The age of the patient is very important, and the status of liver and kidney function is also important, and the dose and the time of intake is also very important. Now, why tea is popular? Because we can easily advise. The people office goers can easily carry a flask of tea, warm tea, to the office. So, patient compliance, low cost, availability in the kitchen, storage at proper season and time, easy collection, easy to prepare, better efficacy. And now pharmaceutical companies of Ayurveda have manufactured easy to prepare medicated tea for modern busy lifestyles. So I have already discussed regarding teas on different systems of the body, respiratory, circulatory, this has been discussed. Now, what is the mode of action of the drug? So how we get the benefit? So it helps in extracting the rasa, the guna, the virja, the vipak, karma, and alkaloids. And finally, we come to the end, and I'm really thankful to Ayurveda. I'm really thankful to Tea Science for giving us the benefit of cup of tea, which will help our health and we can stay healthy and we can prevent our diseases and we can also cure diseases. Thank you all.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, madam. What is the method of making tea in your Assam, madam?
As per Toklai tea, we used to boil first tea leaves and we keep it in a container. Then we boil. We keep 1 flask of milk. Then the tea extract is put in another flask, small, teapot. Then we put sugar in another teapot. Then the person will carry the tray to the guest and we will mix milk, tea leaf extract, sugar, then you mix. After that, we have tea.
Great.
But now, yeah, this is the best form to take tea.
In our India, madam, with milk tea, everybody is habitual to take samosa or kachori,
Yes.
which is viruddhahar.
Yes.
Absolutely viruddhahar. So now I would like to request Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji for his comments.
Thank you, Dr. Nilakshi Dev Chaudhary, for your excellent presentation. You have differentiated which herbal tea is good for nervous system, immunity system, diabetes. You have nicely explained.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, nicely explained. So once again, thank you very much for your excellent presentation. Thank you very much.
कोई भी यदि टी के विषय में कुछ बोलना चाहें तो एक लास्ट कमेंट। नितिन जी, ये गर्भ विषय है कि दूसरी विषय है?
ये सर दूसरी विषय है। नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार, धन्यवाद सर। ये चाय का जैसे हम डेली सेवन करते हैं सर, ये रिफ्रेशमेंट में यूज होता है और ये चाइना के द्वारा में प्रदत्त है, गिफ्ट है पूरे वर्ल्ड को। और ये मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा जब जोपे जी ने बताया कि हमारे आयुर्वेद की फांट हिम कल्पना के थ्रू भी हम बहुत सारी चाय बना सकते हैं, जैसे उन्होंने लिकोराइस, और ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग लगा मुझे। और उन्होंने एक खास बात बताई कि इसका चलन है ऑलरेडी वहां पे, जहाँ पे वो हंगरी में रहते हैं, बुडापेस्ट में। तो मुझे बड़ा प्रसन्नता हुई कि मतलब ये इसका चलन है और एक्चुअल चाय हमको इस पे आ जाना चाहिए। हमारी जो प्रज्ञा पेय है या ये जो चलन है, ये मेडिसिनल हम फांट कल्पना को हम ले सकते हैं और हिम कल्पना को। तो ये हमारे स्वास्थ्य के स्वस्थ स्वास्थ्य रक्षण के साथ साथ हमारे हेल्थ को भी अच्छा करेंगे। आतुरस विकार प्रशमनम दोनों उद्देश्य की पूर्ति करेंगे, जो कि उन्होंने बताया कि बहुत जगह में हम ये यूज करते हैं, ये यूज करते हैं। तो सिंगल ड्रग थेरेपी के लिए बहुत अच्छा। अच्छा सर, इसमें एक और चीज होती है, थेबिन होता है, एक थेबिन केमिकल पाया जाता है जो कि दूषी विष का काम करता है। अगर उसके बारे में कोई कुछ बताना चाहें तो बता सकते हैं, अदरवाइज ओके।
चलिए, बहुत फेविन के बारे में भी चर्चा करेंगे। देवजीत जी हैं। देवजीत जी,
what is the compound?
फेविन।
थेबिन, चाय में थेबिन पाया जाता है, ऐसा बोलते हैं, केमिकल। तो उसका सर एक्चुअली वो टॉक्सिक है, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा अमाउंट बॉडी में नहीं जाना चाहिए, ऐसा मैंने पढ़ा था बहुत पहले। तो थियोफाइलिन, थेबिन ऐसा कुछ करके हैं सब इसमें, तो बहुत सारे केमिकल्स हैं। तो इसके बारे में कुछ बताना चाहेंगे क्या सर?
Actually, I don't have any information regarding that compound.
चलिए, नेक्स्ट वेबिनार। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम सर।
नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर, आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम फर्स्ट डॉक्टर सुशांत बनर्जी जी, ex director medical education and chairman ethics committee, CDSCO approved from West Bengal. He is also 70 plus. Madam Sadhna Vaikar, I am shifting my webinar, so please Agnihotri sir, your conclusion.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really, since our first webinars, the speakers have presented their valuable and experienced talk to us all. It's really a great evening to know so much so about the tea leaf. Of course, Dr. Meenakshi Dev lastly not touched the special tea, Indian tea leaves. As she told that her father been there as a scientist, but he talked much more about the herbal tea than herbal components, and that too affecting on different systems. So it's a really wonderful that we